Hello and welcome again. So today we are going to be talking about how to understand fast English. Have you ever caught yourself listening to native speakers, watching a movie, listening to songs, and just not being able to keep up with the speaker's speed? They talk and you try your best to understand, but it seems like it's just too fast and your mind and your brain just can't make sense of the words that are being said there. It kind of sounds like gibberish. Yeah? Would you like to solve that problem? Today, you're going to learn how. So, I have devised a list of 15 different steps that we're going to be looking at to solve that specific problem. Please pay as much attention as you can. If you have to, you can go grab your notebook so you can take notes, and we're going to be doing this together. I have my list here on my computer, and we're going to do this right now. So the first step you have when it comes to becoming better at understanding fast English is going to be you have to start slow. Slower paced content such as podcasts or videos English videos designed for English students and learners. Watch slow content, podcasts with people who speak kind of like this. Hello and welcome, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a certain topic. And these are the types of pace that you need. And also kids' stories, English stories for students of levels 1 and 2. Those are very appropriate because those are very slow and they know that the person listening is not able to understand fast English at the moment, so they try to keep things a little bit slow. So that is step number 1. You have to start slow, okay? Step number 2, listen regularly, Consistent exposure to fast English is crucial, So you are now able to understand slow English. When somebody speaks with maybe this rate, you can understand, you're able to hear them and know exactly what they mean. But when they try to speak faster, you have a little bit more difficulty. Embrace that difficulty. Become the person who wants to embrace the challenge. Okay, I might not be able to understand every single thing right now, but I'm not going to stop trying. I'm still going to keep this up. I'm going to try to listen to the hardest English out there no matter what. Okay, so don't go for English that is too fast. Just keep, it's like a staircase, So if you're here now, try here. Don't come here. It's going to be overwhelming for you, So keep going, speed it up little by little and you'll get there, okay? So step number 3, you are going to use video transcripts or captions. Like I said, you listen to podcasts, you watch YouTube videos to improve your understanding of fast English. But sometimes, even if you do listen slowly, you're just not able to make out what they're saying because maybe there's a word you don't understand, or maybe the rhythm or the accent is just not that easy to understand. So YouTube videos usually have a transcript, and if they don't have a transcript most of the time, if not at all the time, they have a CC button for captions. I don't know if it's here or here, but there is a CC button you can press, and you're going to be able to see what I'm saying in written form, the captions. So that is something you might consider doing, So if you don't understand everything, just try your best to do so, okay? It's going to help you a lot. Let's go to number 4. I'm going to try to keep this as fast as possible, as brief as possible. Number 4, repeat listening. Listening to the same content multiple times, So you have been listening to English content for a while now. So what you're going to do is you're going to try your best to listen to it multiple times. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, so you were listening to a podcast yesterday, and the podcast was, you liked it and you understood maybe 75% of it. So today you're going to listen to it again until you understand more, 80%, 85, 90, 95, until you completely understand every single thing that is said in that podcast or in that video, So repeat listening to the same things. And this tip I have for you: listen and engage with material you like. I always tell people this: engage with material you like. Okay, so if you don't like it, it's going to be hard for you to be motivated to listen to it. Let's just say you like cooking. I don't like cooking, but I cannot learn a language listening to podcasts about cooking because I don't enjoy the topic itself. So I can listen to it once, but the following day, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to. Why? Because it's just not my jam. It's just not what I like. So you are going to listen to things you like. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's cooking, culinary, Maybe it's soccer, something like that. As long as you like the thing, as long as you enjoy it, you are going to do it. Okay? So the next one is going to be break it down. Okay? If you encounter a particular fast section, pause and replay it. Break down sentences and phrases to understand each part. Okay, so this is a very simple one to understand. Sometimes you're just not able to make out what the person is saying there, And when that happens, you kind of have to stop the video and replay. Just go back a few seconds. I think it's a double click to the left. Yeah, it's going to go back a few seconds and you are going to be able to understand what the person is trying to say in the video. Okay? So the next one is going to be use slower speed settings. Let me just scroll down a little bit. I'm sorry. So YouTube and other video platforms out there have settings for content speed. Like even in this video, if you go to the settings, I think here or here, I'm not sure. If you go to the settings, you will find where it says, I think it's playback speed or something like that. You're going to choose to speed it up or to slow it down. So if you don't understand what the person is saying, sorry, there's always some background noise where I am. It's a plane, it's a car, it's people. I'm so sorry for this. Step number 7, learn common contractions. Native speakers often use contractions which can make speech sound faster. Contractions are, let me just give you an example, I have this short sentence right here, I will go home. And the contracted form here would be, I'll go home. Instead of I will go home, they'll say, I'll go home. This is a very simple contraction, but there are more contractions that are much difficult to understand. And I'm sure I'll be making a video about contractions in the near future, So familiarize yourself with the contractions native speakers use. Instead of saying cannot, they're going to say can't. Instead of saying I will not, they'll say I won't. Those are contractions. Instead of saying do not, they're going to say don't. So familiarize yourself with those contractions. It's not that they're speaking fast at that moment. Maybe you just don't understand the contractions. You don't understand what they're trying to say there. So tip number 8, practice shadowing. This helps you get used to fast speech patterns. Let's just say I put out a sentence like this. Okay, I'll be going to school tomorrow morning. Something like that. You are going to get that part of the video or that part of the sentence, and you're going to try your best to copy and imitate me and say what I said exactly the same way. I'll be going to school tomorrow morning. You try to repeat. I'll be going to school tomorrow morning. It's not going to work at the first time. Sorry, there's another plane flying by. So you are going to grab that part of the sentence and you're going to copy it exactly how you think I said it, You're going to try your best to say, I'll be going to school tomorrow morning. Okay, repeat and repeat and repeat until you sound exactly like the person you are listening to. Okay, so tip number 9, expand vocabulary. Keep learning new words to enhance your listening skills. Guys, this is simple. You have to learn new words, okay? So the problem here might be, how exactly do you learn and memorize new words, which I'll be making a video about that, but it's a key. Find a way to learn new words. Keep yourself learning and learning and learning, because if you don't learn new words, it's just not going to work for you. Sorry to tell you that, but I'll be making a video about that. So listen to different accents. This is a good one. Exposure to different English accents will help you understand diverse speaking styles. You know, if you listen to maybe a South African speak and an Australian and an American speak, these people have different patterns of speaking. They don't use the same tonalities. Sometimes they use different expressions. You know, they express themselves differently, but they all speak English, you know? So you have to listen to all of them in order to understand exactly how each one of them speaks, and you're going to be good to, you know, listen to their fast way of speaking. You're going to be able to understand that, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to listen to them slowly, and then you're going to increase the speed. You're going to memorize words, memorize their speaking patterns. You're going to shadow them if you want to speak like them, you know. You're going to shadow them, and you're going to do the rest of the tips I'm going to give you in the video. So let's go to tip number 11. Use context clues. If you miss a word, try to guess its meaning based on the context on the conversation. Okay, for example, I have here, I had to hop out of the house as soon as the fire started. I had to hop out of the house as soon as the fire started. So maybe you don't know what hop out means, but listening to this sentence, you can kind of tell exactly what hop out means. You know, you can kind of infer from this sentence that, yeah, hop out maybe means I had to get out of the house as soon as the fire started. So if you don't understand a part of the speech somewhere, try to use the context to be able to know what the word is. Try to guess, and then you can go double check in a dictionary or something like that, okay? Or you can just ask somebody. So we're going to be having next one, which is going to be tip number 12. Learn to recognize connected speech. Native speakers often link words together in connected speech. Practice recognizing common linking patterns. Let's just have an example here. I have this short sentence, which would be, would you try to? Would you try to? Would you try to? So the connected speech for the connected form for that short sentence that maybe an American would use would be, would you try to? Would you try to? Would you try to becomes, would you try to? You know, so learn to familiarize yourself with connected speech. And I'm also going to be making a video about connected speech, because these aren't simple things to just talk about in 30 seconds. So let's go to 13. Practice active listening. Engage with content actively. Take notes, jot down unfamiliar words, and ask yourself about what you are hearing. This is simple. Active listening. Don't just listen with your ears and then let it go. Listen, but also use the information. Like, okay, take notes. Ask yourself, what exactly is this guy talking about in this video? What have I learned? For instance, you could have, if you're taking notes, you know that hop out means to get out, because we've covered that in this video, okay? So if you do this, active listening, don't just listen with the intent of engaging with the material, you know? Don't just listen haphazardly, just like, nah, you know, don't do that. So the following one is going to be 14. Interact with native speakers if you can. So if you have access to a native speaker, try your best to interact with them. Engage with a native speaker for as long and as much as you can. That is going to be super helpful to you. Okay, so tip number 15, it's persevere. Don't give up, keep going. You're not the only one going through this journey. Others have, I'm here. So good luck. I'll see you on my next video, and bye bye.